Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with men's tennis coach David Detwiler, men's golf captain Conley Hurst, and women's lacrosse captain Melissa Coggins. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. Men's lacrosse down number 16 Lynchburg 13-8 on the road. Women's lacrosse also defeated the Hornets, escaping with a 13-12 victory at home. Baseball took both games of a doubleheader from visiting Guilford, beating the Quakers 1-0 and 4-3. Dana Lee set a new school record in the 400 meters, one of 5 first-place finishes for women's track and field at Christopher Newport's Commonwealth Duels. The men's team won 3 events at the meet. Women's tennis dropped a tight 5-4 match to 11th-ranked Carnegie Mellon, and men's tennis fell 7-2 at number 31 Swarthmore. Here with me in the studio is men's tennis coach David Detwiler. David, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be back, Jeremy.
W&L always plays a very tough out-of-conference schedule. It seems that it's even more strenuous in 2016. Swarthmore was your 5th ranked opponent of the year. You've got 3 more to come, including number 6 Carnegie Mellon this weekend. What are the benefits of playing so many high-level matches?
I'm a big believer in playing very difficult opponents just to help us prepare for the ODAC conference tournament. Also, my college coach at Furman University was a big proponent of playing tougher opponents all the way through up until the conference tournament. So I just think it helps us compete a little bit more, and we're prepared for anything that people throw at us.
You recently lost your captain, Michael Holt, to injury, leaving the Generals without their top singles player and half of their top doubles team. How have you been coping with his absence from the lineup?
Well, I think the toughest thing is it's probably the hardest on Michael Holt being the captain, and then 8 days later we lost Jordan Krasner to an emergency appendectomy. So being down our top 2 players has really hurt the lineup, hurt a little bit of the morale of the team, and everybody's had to step up. But you know, Michael is at practice every day and helping the guys with practice, and don't count them out. So,
what kind of opportunity do those openings present for some of the younger kids on the team?
Right. We have a couple younger guys and obviously some juniors and seniors that have moved up 2 spots in the lineup because of those guys being out. So this past weekend against Swarthmore, we had 2 big wins from Will Bannister and then Zach Ely. And then it just gives the other freshman and a sophomore an opportunity to get into a competitive situation and help prepare potentially for the ODAC tournament. Thomas Johnson filled in at the 1 spot and did really well as well.
The ODAC tournament is just over a month away. What needs to happen for W&L to claim another conference title?
It's definitely doable for us. It's a little bit harder without Michael Holt, and hopefully we'll have Jordan Krasner back before our spring break. It's just going to make it a little bit more difficult. I think the matches that we have coming up, we've got Carnegie Mellon, Guilford, Hampden-Sydney, Virginia Wesleyan, Emory, Swanee, and Emory and Henry left on our schedule along with North Carolina Wesleyan. So I think it gives us enough time to prepare and get ready for the ODAC tournament.
David, thanks for being here. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you, Jeremy.
I'm joined now by Conley Hurst, junior golf captain from Little Rock, Arkansas. Conley, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
You just got back from Huntington, a tournament that ended on Tuesday. It was the 4th event in a very busy March for Washington and Lee. How productive has the last month been for the team?
It's been quite productive. We had a tournament down at Callaway Gardens, Georgia, where we had a rough first day, but then we had a solid second day that I think kind of jump-started our spring season. Then we went down to Jekyll Island, Georgia, where we had the lowest team score that I've been a part of. We shot 1 under 287 on the second day. So we really showed that we can compete with good teams. And then we had a successful showing at Huntington, finishing 4th out of 11 or 12 teams. So it's been a really good spring season, and I think that we've played as we've expected to.
As you mentioned, you faced a lot of the other top teams in the region multiple times this spring. Have you gotten an idea about how the Generals may stack up against the rest of the Southeast?
Mm-hmm. I think especially at Jekyll, we realized that we're just as good as any of them, especially when we all play at our level. 287 was one of the best scores of the day. And so we just got to keep that confidence going forward into the ODACs and hopefully to Nationals.
You have just one more event before the ODAC Championship at the end of April, which means lots of practice rounds in the near future. How important are the next few weeks as you prepare for the conference tournament?
Mm-hmm. It's very important. We have a match play event this weekend at Wintergreen Resort, so that's basically a home game for us. And that'll be a good confidence builder. And then we have exams, and then the ODAC is at the end of spring break. And so I'm going to be able to go home and practice on my own, play a lot right before that. So I think the schedule is kind of in our favor. We have that whole week that we can just do what we need to do and get a ton of work done before the ODAC, so we can be well prepared to do well.
What are the team's expectations for the ODAC championship?
Well, obviously to win. I think that we're feeling as good as we ever have going into it, as at least since I've been here. There's some solid teams there, especially Guilford, but we've shown that, I mean, we're playing as well as we have in a long time. And so we're feeling very confident going in, confident that we can bring home a trophy.
Well, Conley, thanks for joining us, and good luck as you pursue that ODAC title.
Thank you, Jeremy.
With me now is Melissa Coggins, senior lacrosse captain from St. John's, Florida. Melissa, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Jeremy.
W&L started 1-5 against a very difficult schedule. Since then, you've won 3 straight, including your first 2 conference games. How was the team able to remain confident, even if you weren't picking up a lot of wins early in the year?
Yeah, we recognize that we did have, a tough out-of-conference schedule to start off the year. So we lost 2 games by 1, which really should have been our win. So it was recognizing that we really hadn't met our full potential yet, but realizing that we had all of the skills and the talent there. It's just a matter of putting the pieces together. So just recognizing that our goals that we set for ourselves at the beginning of the season were still definitely within reach, and realizing that we just had to work that much harder.
The Generals have scored 40 goals over your last 3 games. How much has the offense developed since the start of the season?
From my perspective, it just seems like our offense is really clicking now. Like I mentioned before, we really had the pieces there, just for whatever reason they weren't coming together. So realizing, finding our strengths and knowing each other's roles and being more familiar with each other on the field. The starting unit didn't play together last year, so it's nice, as people are subbing in and out, and realizing each other's strengths and how to work with one another and putting together the pieces of our attack and kind of doing what we do best.
You are currently 4th all-time at W&L with 82 career assists. What's contributed to the success that you've had on attack during your time with the program?
I think just really recognizing my role and being comfortable with that. I definitely did not see a lot of playing time my first year, and not so much my sophomore year either. So really getting that chance to play and step on the field and learning from those who came before me, and recognizing my strengths and my weaknesses and kind of playing to those strengths and doing whatever my team and our attacking unit needs at any given time. So just recognizing my strength and how I can contribute to our attack and to our team in the best way possible.
It's nothing but ODAC games for the rest of the regular season, and 5 of your final 7 contests are on the road. What are the keys to staying sharp over the next month?
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to have our last 5 games home, which have been nice, especially since the weather has been getting a lot warmer. But as we travel on the road and face these key ODAC competitors, we really want to secure our #1 spot in the ODAC tournament so that we can host the ODAC games here at W&L. So recognizing that we have to prepare to win, whether the game's home or whether it's away. Hopefully get some good fans out there when we are home, but realizing that we have a job to do when we're on the road.
Melissa, thanks for joining us. Good luck with the rest of the year.
Yep, thank you so much, Jeremy.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. Riding will compete in the ODAC Championship, hosted by Randolph College. Men's and women's track and field head to William & Mary for the Colonial Relays, and the Generals will also compete in Saturday's Roanoke College Invitational. Also Saturday, men's tennis visits #6 Carnegie Mellon, and the women's team plays host to 18th ranked Mary Washington. Baseball visits Roanoke for a conference doubleheader. Women's lacrosse travels to Virginia Wesleyan, and men's lacrosse faces Guilford on the road. Looking ahead to Sunday, men's and women's golf will host the ODAC Match Play Preview at Wintergreen, while both tennis teams have a pair of conference matches. The women take on Guilford and Roanoke, and the men square off against the Quakers in Hampton-Sydney. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.